Jennifer Lopez was among those booked, along with many others. She spent the night in the precinct, so it's likely that she was thinking about how her career was flashing before her eyes, even though she and her partner had been in love and close. However, the paparazzi was following them, which was starting to get on Lopez's nerves. Lopez publicly stood by her man. She's one of the most beautiful people in the world, and I'm a pretty nice guy myself. At the moment, J.Lo appears to be in a complete mess due to the divorce rumors, but shocking details from her previous relationship with P. Diddy have resurfaced. It turns out that J.Lo experienced a lot during her turbulent relationship with Diddy, including being betrayed and becoming involved in a number of scandals and dramas. It has now come to light that something Diddy made J.Lo do back in 1999 may have resulted in her spending a significant amount of time behind bars. Tension between her and Puffy increased on the night of the shooting, which marked the beginning of the end of their relationship because it put her career in jeopardy. All anyone would talk about was the impending court trial and the charges. They were constantly discussing it. What was going on? What was J.Lo's connection? What did she doing caught up in this kind of a mess? For those who don't know, yes, J.Lo and Diddy used to date way back in 1999. I know now they seem like two completely different people, but there was a time when J.Lo and Diddy were the hottest couple in Hollywood back then. Diddy was one of, if not the biggest rapper, he was topping the music charts. And he ran his own record label. There was no one bigger than Diddy. Back then at the same time, J.Lo was the hottest up-and-coming star. Everything she touched turned into Hollywood gold. Whether it be TV shows or music, she was a fast-rising star, so it didn't come as a surprise when she and Diddy came together to work on her album on the 6th. While working on her album, J.Lo's first marriage had just ended. And it seemed like Diddy saw his chance. According to Diddy, it was love at first sight when he met J.Lo. However, J.Lo took some time to warm up to Diddy. Reportedly, J.Lo wasn't initially impressed by Diddy's bad boy antics, but the more they spent time together and got to know each other, the more J.Lo started warming up to Diddy. Fast forward to the MTV Music Video Awards, and J.Lo and Diddy made their relationship official. And the whole world went crazy. Diddy did a bad boy rapper, and Jenny from the block. It seemed odd, but people loved it. Whenever the two were together, they just seemed perfect. When I ask you about P. Diddy and J.Lo, what do you think of with their relationship? I think tumultuous. I think a couple of the late 90s, early ODSM. And I definitely think they were a music to music. Moguls. J.Lo was really coming into prominence. At that time, Diddy was already a mogul at the top of his game in terms of R&B and hip-hop. So they were very much the couple of the time. Now at the time, there were all sorts of outrageous rumors about Diddy. But they were just rumors, so nobody ever took anything seriously. Well, that was until one fateful night that has seemingly come back to haunt J.Lo today. One night, in December 1999, news broke that J.Lo and Diddy had gotten arrested while trying to escape the police. However, one of the many lawsuits filed against Diddy has revealed shocking details of what really went down. It was weird that Puff and Jennifer would at that club, because that was kind of like a very regular hip-hop club. No A-list celebrities go there. You had a bunch of ballers in there, and a couple of them that were just being extremely antagonistic towards Puffy and his group of friends. From that point forward, alcohol kept flowing and tension kept building. Puffy and Shine allegedly got into an argument with another partier shortly before 3:00 a.m. Someone tossed a wad of cash at Kohl's as a sign of disrespect. Suddenly, all hell broke loose. As it turns out, Diddy allegedly made J.Lo carry for him an illegal pew-pew into a club in New York. On the night that they got arrested, allegedly, while in the club, Diddy got into an altercation and ended up using the pew-pew that he made J.Lo carry for him. And 3 people ended up getting seriously injured. J.Lo and Diddy then fled the club and ended up in a police chase through New York that ended with them getting arrested. and police found a stolen pew pew in their car. A run-in with the police was something new and uncharacteristic for J.Lo, but not for Diddy, so when the press heard of this, they went nuts. The reason Miss Lopez was dismissed is because if you or I went into a car and sat in the back seat and a gun was found in the front, all cases would be dismissed. I want to say to you all face to face, I had nothing to do with a shooting that night in the nightclub, nor did Jennifer, still the tabloids kicked into overdrive. There were guns. A shooting occurred. Jennifer Lopez was heavily featured in a photo taken during a car chase. Although she wasn't involved in any criminal activity, she appeared to be part of the event, and the media couldn't help but highlight her involvement. The negative publicity a relationship that was already in trouble. J.Lo did not spend much time in jail following her arrest. In less than an hour, all charges against her were dropped. However, Diddy had additional charges to face, as prosecutors claimed he attempted to bribe his driver to take the fall for the pew-pew in exchange for $50,000. Diddy was cleared of all charges when the case went to trial, but one of his associates who was with him that night was sentenced to 9 years in prison. One of the victims of the club incident, Nathan Rubin, claimed that she saw Diddy take out the pew-pew and use it on her face. When she told people about it at the time, no one seemed to believe her. But according to this new lawsuit, Diddy did boast later that he had done what she had been accusing him of loving. Here's where J.Lo enters the picture once more. According to Natana, during their court appearance, J.Lo lied about Diddy having the pew-pew. Would you like to see the investigation into your shooting at that club reopened? It's ironic that there was a grand jury, and we all had to appear and testify there. If that's the case, J.Lo carried the gun in and lied to the grand jury, so it needs to be reopened. Natana even goes so far as to claim that J.Lo neglected to mention that he allegedly gave her permission to carry the pew-pew in the first place. Although this isn't the first time that Nat has acknowledged that she does understand why J.Lo allegedly did what she did, and that it was all to protect herself from Diddy, J.Lo hinted at some of the horrors she endured during her relationship with Diddy in her documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told. She said, "There were people in my life who said I love you, and then didn't do things that were kind of in line with the word love being thrown around and manhandled. Like, that is not fun. I mean, I was never in a relationship where I got beaten up, thank God. But I've been manhandled and a couple of other unsavory things, rough, disrespectful, everyone." Considering this, it should not be shocking that J.Lo has always kept her relationship with Diddy clandestine, private, and tight-lipped. According to rumors, Diddy made J.Lo's connection with him so poisonous that throughout their courtship, she would frequently knock on hotel doors in an attempt to find him. J.Lo has always denied those rumors, but did admit that she went through a lot. "I never caught him, but I just knew he said he was going to a club for a couple of hours, and then never came back that night." Back in 2003, J.Lo did an interview with Vibe magazine, and she detailed how she almost went nuts because of all of the things that Diddy put her through. "It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful. I was in this relationship with Puff, where I was totally crying crazy, going nuts. It really took my whole life in a tailspin. Yo Diddy cheated so much that one time he did it while J.Lo was upstairs. And that's not even the worst part. The worst thing is that during this particular time, J.Lo had thrown him a huge party and had done all sorts of thoughtful things for him all day. Nothing new. We had just came from a Jennifer had just gave him this hell of a day. I mean, like, we went to the Miami Hurricanes, gang. Was it? Yeah. We went to Miami State